Well, they make great jugglers, or if you don't want to play with your food, you have to eat it. Michael, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Nice to be with you.
Good. On this Monday morning, how do I clean this and what do I do with it?
Right, well, fortunately, if you're buying them from Pick and Pay, they're going to be quite clean. But what you need to do is you just need to check if there are any brown or yellow leaves. And you can take them off quite easily.
There's a little brown leaf.
Yeah,
okay,
or just
so I'm going to take a little one off.
Pull it off. Yeah.
Okay.
And then quite a good thing is just to soak them in lukewarm water, because if there is any dirt on them, that'll come free and then drop down to the bottom. I'm a great believer in soaking this kind of harder vegetable in. You see, there's quite a.
So can you just cut it off? I mean, this is basically because you want the taste
just peel
consistent,
it off.
right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
And that just helps, especially with asparagus. It opens the tops and then the dirt comes out. Now, if you're going to be cooking them whole, then it's quite a good idea just to cut a little cross in the base of the stem like that.
Why would you want to cut a little cross?
Well, because then the water in which you're boiling them is going to get in there as well. Because you know there's a little hard sort of stem on the inside there.
Right.
And let me just cut one open, you can see.
So you cut a little cross, and this is all to prepare Brussels sprouts.
Absolutely.
Brussels sprouts is our theme in our espresso kitchen.
There's quite a hard little bit in the end there, so you just cut into that.
Okay.
Then one of the other things that you can do is you can make lovely salads with Brussels sprouts, and I've peeled some of them here, and you can see the leaves come off quite quickly.
I have to admit, I just said to Chef Cohen that I'm not really sure how to make them because mine always tastes bitter. He gave me some advice, but for me they taste better raw sometimes.
Yeah, they do. Well, I mean, like this on a salad, they're just absolutely delicious. And they've got, of course, there's lots of fiber, no fat, low calories, vitamin A, all sorts of other good things for your body. Absolutely. This is one of your vegetables. And you can char them too on a braai. Char them and then cook them further. They're lovely.
Okay.
You must not overcook them.
You must not,
because then you get that sort of awful collie cabbagey smell.
Okay, well, don't cook them too long. Soak them in lukewarm water. Even take off the brown leaves. There's so much we can learn from Brussels sprouts. Well, the other thing that we learn is after the break, we're cooking with them. What are you going to be making?
I'm going to cook sort of a Chinese-style dish with some quartered Brussels sprouts, chicken fillet, and then all sorts of nice, yummy Chinese-y potions and lotions.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
We'll be back with our Brussels sprouts after the break.
By supporting the Flower Valley Conservation Trust, that's where we found goodness. Pick and Pay, always there for you.
Before the break, Michael showed us exactly how to clean it in lukewarm water, also to make sure to take all the little brown leaves off so that you can get a consistent taste, and don't cook it for too long, Ilana, because otherwise it's just going to go bitter. But this time around, we're cooking Chinese and we're adding some chicken, right, Michael?
Absolutely, yeah. So what we're going to do is, with the chicken, we're going to sort of marinate it a little bit in some soy, and then some corn flour, which helps thicken up the whole thing eventually.
And I like how you put it in first. I normally put it in last when I realize the disaster.
And then here's a little bit of roasted sesame oil.
That looks good.
And that just gives it that lovely sort of nutty flavor. So what we'll do is let's get the pan going, because we're going to cook the Brussels first. And what we've done is we've cut them into quarters. And we'll just get them going.
That's a really warm pan.
It's a warm pan. If you char them slightly while this is going on, it's not a big deal, because it'll just add some extra flavour. You can see they are turning.
I just want to make sure, because earlier we cooked them a little bit before putting them in here, but I mean you just put them straight into the pan.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And you see they get that nice little charry bit on the outside.
They're a little brown.
And that just adds to the flavour.
Okay. And how long do they stay in here for?
Just a short while, just to sort of start softening them up, because once we put the chicken in, the cooking is going to continue.
Right.
And one of the things that I want in a dish like this is that there is going to be some crunch there.
Right.
So that we're going to garnish it with peanuts, and then we'll just have the crunch of the Brussels sprouts as well.
Now, if you just tune in, we're cooking with Brussels sprouts in our kitchen today, and Michael's making a Chinese chicken dish with Brussels sprouts in it. And of course, so far, we've just whipped in some oil and some Brussels sprouts, and we're literally charring them, and some chicken with some beautiful, beautiful oils in there to make it really yum.
And then what happens is we land up with our chicken all cooked there.
And I can see how the Brussels sprouts have cooked through. I mean,
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do. Before we put that aside, we also put in some spring onions, some chili flakes, and garlic and ginger. So you can see the nice.
I can see the nice
chili all
color
there,
from the
yeah.
chili flakes, yeah. And I also have learned now with your chili flakes, I mean, I know you like using chili flakes
Yes.
because it keeps the taste consistent. You know, you can
Absolutely.
kind of measure as to how hot it's going to be
Yeah.
when your dish is complete. So Chinese chicken.
So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly measure out some balsamic vinegar here.
Yeah.
If you got rice wine vinegar, that's also fine.
How much of that did you put in there?
I put four tablespoons.
Okay, perfect.
So here we've got some dark soy.
Yeah,
We've got some
balsamic.
that's sherry.
Okay.
And that is you can also, if you have it,
Oh, I
you
can
can use Shaoxing wine, which is the Chinese rice wine.
Right.
A little bit of chicken stock going there,
It smells amazing, Michael.
and then a bit
Wow.
of sugar there just for the sweetness.
Now, while I'm stirring my chicken in our espresso kitchen, the keyword for today is chicken. So chicken to 33728 in order to get a link to our recipe and also the list of the Pick and Pay ingredients. You put the balsamic vinegar in last.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes. So now what we want to do is we want to get that sauce just mingled in there, and then you want to serve this on some steamed long grain rice.
Right.
I would not use basmati rice because for me that's more sort of Indian, Pakistani type rice. This is a more long grain rice kind
Could
of
you do
dish.
noodles?
You could absolutely do noodles. It'd be great to do noodles.
Yeah. Look, it looks amazing. It looks great. Do we dish it up? Because I see that there's some nuts
There's
still.
some stuff going there
Yeah.
still too. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to simply push it
Well,
over
Marco
the edge.
pushes it over the edge, literally.
Yep.
Our chicken dish in our kitchen today. Let's have a look as to how we got to this point.
Combine soy, sesame oil, corn flour, and chicken, then leave to marinate. Mix soy sauces, sherry, sugar, stock, vinegar, sesame oil. Stir-fry sprouts, then add chili flakes, spring onion, garlic, and ginger. Add chicken and stir-fry until cooked. Add sauce, peanuts, season and scatter on the spring onions.
And our keyword for today is chicken. Chicken to 33728 to recreate our chicken Chinese dish. Of course, Brussels sprouts are theme in the kitchen this morning, and we're literally making easy ways and also beautiful ways of how to eat them and make them pretty. And Chef Michael's just created all of this and some nuts over it. I love how you become daring with them. Just sprinkle it all over.
All over the tabletop as well.
Or you can get this too, as I mentioned. Our link, our keyword for today is chicken to 33728 for a link of our recipe and also our Pick and Pay ingredients. That looks amazing.
Doesn't it look pretty?
It does look pretty, and I'm sure it tastes good too.
Absolutely.
Well, we're going to keep tasting our Brussels sprouts in the kitchen this morning, and Leigh-Anne has more.
By supporting businessmen like Sibusiso Chabalala and his Berry Hill Trading Company, that's where we found goodness. Pick and Pay, always there for you.